Mac would have like PTSD for this matchup. But I think like the last 2 or 3 times, like Big Mac was able to beat Dan. And Dan actually said that he hates that people know him as the person that Big Mac beats now. So that's actually hilarious. So I'm sure that Dan wants to win this. I'm 100% sure he wants to win this. I mean, of course he wouldn't want to win, but he wants to win just for the fact that, okay, you're not good. don't think you're good now. Just because you got some wins.
These two are really good friends, of course, Big Mac and Dan, and that's I guess is the backstory to the backstory. That's pretty important to know because they're not just like throwing shade left and right.
Yeah, my bad.
They love each other. They're good friends. Of course, rivals in the community. So here we go. This is Dan getting off to a pretty hot start though in losers semifinals.
Right, definitely.
Last best of 3 of the night.
That's true. Winning this going up against Ned.
And both these players hate fighting Ned. Ned kind of, he was upset-proof for a little while here in Chicago Smash 4, but we'll see if one is supposed to do it. But the spot dodge read of the gods!
Why spot dodge?
Dan just, he's just like, I'm going to wait for you to twitch. And he twitched and then ate him up.
That's one of those panic spot dodges. All right, but it's definitely not out of reach for Big Mac.
That's another thing, though, is when you have two players like this that are very competitive against each other, they really like to just make those reads that just say, I know exactly what you're going to do, and it's going to make you feel awful. So that's the kind of read Dan got that stock with.
Okay, so 42%. This is the thing about this matchup. Like, when Mario gets the first stock, it can get so out of hand. Because when Mario has that rage, you can get these combos. You can just kill Sheik with like a down throw combo.
It's a little less prevalent on Smashville than it is on like Battlefield or Tri-Platforms, but it doesn't even matter. That rage going straight away out the right side of the stage. Very good. Neutraler bouncing fish confirmed here. Big Mac getting on the board.
It's one of the cooler confirms that Sheik has. Wow, that great back air right there.
Dan gonna be avoiding that bouncing fish. And you know, right now he's just kind of like, he hasn't really had control of the stage for a while, but he's still getting in enough damage to have a lead.
Big Mac's playing way better. Like, he's been spacing moves a lot better.
Oh, his spacing today has been great.
Yeah. Go for the 4 there. Okay.
But he's gonna get stuck on this taxi platform one more time.
Right, so let's see how Dan's gonna do. He really wanted that grab.
Again, I love Dan just waiting.
Yeah.
Like,
he knew that Big Mac was gonna roll.
Patient Dan is best Dan.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. Like, he's getting in Big Mac's head a little bit with some of his movement, but oh, this is a scary spot to be in.
Oh, and he gets the... Okay, I thought that was going to kill. I was surprised it didn't. Some good DI from Dan.
If he had reversed it and gone for the DI mix-up, that could have caught Dan a little unawares, but instead, Dan is going to be the one who catches Big Mac.
I'm pretty sure Big Mac wanted another F tilt. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. So Dan's taking the first game.
Dan looking pretty clean. One game away from making it to losers finals. Remember, this is like
look at him. Dan's rubbing it in.
He's just like, remember that time I absolutely beat the snot out of you first stop? That's exactly what happened just now.
All right, so.
Yeah, and they're laughing it up. There's actually a lot of money on this game, though. Like, surprised to say. There's like 90+ people in this bracket.
That's true. That is actually true.
And that's what happens, you know, when the best player in the world makes it over to your weekly. You just
everybody decided to show. I mean, it is spring break too for a lot of people, but I'm sure Zero coming made some more people want to come.
Zero, you can see on the bottom scroll, Ned actually able to take a game.
Yeah,
the only player today to take a game off of Zero, I think. Or did Panda take a game? I think it might have.
I don't think so.
No, you're right. Anyway, here we go, Final Destination. Taking away any of this platform shenaniganry. This is going to allow Big Mac, if he chooses to do so, and that's the thing, Big Mac knows how to camp. Yeah. He knows how to play lame Sheik. He knows how to play runaway needle Sheik and run laps around slower characters. But exactly that. He does not like to, and he really prefers to be aggro. And that can cost him in some matchups.
Yeah.
And it really just depends on his mindset on any particularly given day, how lame Big Mac will play. So we'll see what kind of Sheik play we are shown on display here on Final Destination. Dan, he looks like he's getting off to a pretty hot start anyway.
Yeah, Dan's playing really well. He's perfect shielding these fairs. He's getting like perfect punishes.
Landing, putting some decent shield pressure onto Big Mac there, even caping the needles. Dan isn't super well known for his like cape flood play, like say Ally or other high-profile Marios are. But when he starts throwing out those capes and those floods, that's when you really know he's feeling himself. So we'll see if he can come up with anything tricky here. But that up tilt to up air not going to be enough to kill Big Mac at the moment.
Yeah, so Big Mac having a little bit of a hard time, but
he looks like he's trying to slow it down. But another defensive option, red.
Dan's doing a great job of putting on pressure. And he did not air dodge right there. Good on Dan.
Yeah, these guys are just trading, reading defensive options, and that tip forward air, not enough.
It was looking good for Dan for a while, but I feel like at this point it's starting to be a little scary. Never mind.
Back air enough to clear out the stock. Dan just, again, very patient, out of shield, punish option, coming into play. And now maybe it's Big Mac's turn to panic.
Yeah, I don't know about that out smash. Look at how much percent he got off it. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts a lot when you just make that mistake trying to like go a little too far for the stock. And then Dan comes out big with a 32%.
And not able to get that ledge trump. Just mistiming it just a little bit.
He missed that before too. Like he didn't get the sweet spot on the back air earlier in the first stock.
Oh, gets the forward air though. Well, he should have air dodged. Really good read right there from Big Mac. And now he's gonna need this stock if he wants to bring this to game 3.
Quick little 18%.
Yeah.
Big Mac. Now, okay, so this is the thing. He's starting to slow it down. He's starting to just retreat to this ledge, charge up his needles when he gets the chance.
Yeah, I feel like this is when Dan really wants to. Oh, jab like did not work. Yeah, this is really when Dan wants to take over. He wants to put on as much pressure so Big Mac can't get his tempo going. He can't like get comfortable.
Big Mac gonna strike back a little quickly here. Maybe keep Dan trapped at this ledge. That could be his ticket to a game 3. If he can keep his ledge pressure on. But Dan not gonna drop low. Very wisely recovering high.
It's a good attempt from Big Mac, and he didn't really like lose that much stage control either for doing it. So
no, because when Mario recovered high, he had to just slowly fall to the stage. That gave Big Mac enough time to get back on stage. Yeah.
That back throw. Almost that kill percent for that back throw. But definitely a kill percent for that L smash.
That's going to be the 2-0 victory here for Dan. Moving on to losers finals. Looking very nice.
Yeah. Dan playing great. Both players playing great. But Dan seemed to get the better of Big Mac. I'm sure he wanted that really well.
Yeah, like I said, when Dan, he didn't even go for any like overly aggressive stuff. He just played safe, cautious Mario in that matchup, and it worked out pretty beautifully.
Yeah.
Moving on to losers finals, he does have a tough task ahead of him in Ned. So we'll see how that plays out very shortly.